with the rubric for a long time, and this is probably, you're like, yep, got it, under control. And there are probably some of you in here who haven't actually worked with the rubric at all in a really long time. So I want you to know that throughout the spring, we are going to be doing more work with the rubric. So if you're feeling like, wow, I can't really navigate Talon in the way I would like to at this very moment, that's okay, because you're going to have more practice doing it throughout the spring. So I just wanted to let you know. So any questions about kind of what you do to internalize the rubric, or to internalize the rubric action for this session? Okay. Then the last thing, and this is very, very critical, and I will say, like, as a former school director, is something, usually the thing that goes by the wayside, because Institute is so busy, but I can't stress enough how important this is actually asking your staff member to prepare for this session. And that means having them be able to answer all the questions that we just talked about. Having them be able to tell you, this is the objective of my session. This is how I'm going to know whether or not core members have met this objective. These are the learning activities that are going to take me there. And being able to say, and this is when I go into the meeting tomorrow to talk to CMAs, this is what I'm going to tell them they should be looking for in classrooms, because I have internalized this in a way that I can really draw that picture for them. And so this is really, really critical. I'll also say though that this doesn't have to always happen in a kind of a very, very lengthy way. Like, this can happen as literally a conversation on the way to school in the morning. This can happen through an email exchange. It can happen kind of just a lot of different ways. So it doesn't always have to look like a 30-minute conversation where we sit down and talk through every single session. So I just want to put that out there. So asking your staff member to prepare for your visit. So what you're actually going to do now is, again, we're going to take about 18 minutes to actually have you practice this. And you're going to use handout number 2. Can I borrow yours, Olivia? You're going to use handout number 2. And handout number 2 literally walks you through all of the steps. So you have the first step, which is doing a short consideration of the page 1, as well as a longer consideration of the actual learning activities and assessment. Page 2, which is looking at the interpretations on the rubric. And then step 3, which is actually asking your staff member to prepare. Obviously, you don't have a staff member in front of you, so if you look at the back of that page, it gives you information about the rubric action, as well as how your staff member prepared for this session. So you're going to spend 12 minutes on your own filling this out, and then 6 minutes in your table groups talking about what are the actual outcomes you want CMs to see. The last note I want to make before you get started about this handout is that this is meant to be helpful to you. This is not, neither the Phoenix nor Chicago teams are going to expect that you're going to fill one of these out for every single session and turn it in. If this, after you go through this process, if it's helpful to you, keep doing it. If it's not, and you feel like you have another way of internalizing sessions, like literally printing them out and just writing all over them, that's great too. We just wanted to provide you with some kind of guidance about how you should be thinking through these steps. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you all to get started for about 12 minutes, and then I'll let you